Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about 8 things I did not believe about Ghana until I moved here. So this is my 5th year in Ghana. Can you guys believe it? It's been 5 whole years since I packed my bags from Sydney, Australia and decided to relocate out this way. How I was able to do it, I don't know. Don't ask me. A lot of crazy things have happened as well as a lot of amazing things. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let's get right into it. So one of the biggest things I feel like you need to move to Ghana is you just need to make up your mind that you're moving here. Literally, that's it. You know, I mean, I do a lot of practical steps around make sure you have enough income coming in, make sure you bring A, B, and C and all that. But reflecting on how long I've been here, I think the biggest thing that has been able to keep me here is the fact that I had made up my mind. That's literally all it is. Once you make up your mind that you're here to stay here, it's very hard to be pushed away because there's so many things that would happen that will make you question your decision and make you wonder, is this a good idea? Should I go back to where I came from? Blah, blah, blah. But once you make up your mind that, listen, I don't really like the lifestyle I have in wherever it is I'm coming from. I feel like Ghana would have more to offer me. So I want to come here. Nothing can move you away. So that just keep that at the top of your mind. Know that once you make up your mind that you're going to live here, it's not easy, it's so hard, but it's easy to remain here throughout the time that you plan on being here. So just know that if you're thinking about relocating to Ghana, the biggest thing is your mindset. Make up your mind that you're here to stay. You're going to make it work no matter what. And that's half of the job done. All right, so my second point is, for most diasporans, Ghana is expensive, okay? So for a local person, people can make maybe even 1,000 cedis a month and have 4 kids and still be able to survive. But that's because they live in a certain way that people that have lived in the West probably will not be comfortable living in that same way. You know what I mean? A lot of them live in like compound houses where there's several people on the same compound. There might be even like 4 people in 1 bedroom where it's like husband, wife, kids, everybody's in there, that kind of thing. You know, if you want to do that, you can pay like 200 cedis per month for rent and you'll be okay. But for most diasporans, they don't want to live that kind of lifestyle. You know, you want to live in a place where you're comfortable. You probably want to live in a gated community for safety reasons. You want to live in a place where the roads are tarred. You probably want to do grocery shopping in like places where they import stuff because there might be stuff that you enjoy from overseas, like, you know, sausages, baked beans, things like that, you know. But for locals, those type of things are sort of like a luxury, you know. So on a regular basis, they don't really spend money on these type of things. But if you're somebody who's come from the West, you probably want to enjoy those comforts. And for that reason, your cost of living in Ghana will be expensive. So you may have seen me do videos in the market where things will come up to like $20 and stuff like that. But like, generally speaking, when you're here, you want to buy other things that are not within the local market and stuff like that. And that's what makes the cost of living for people that have come from like the diaspora a bit higher. So just know that Ghana is expensive, period. The odds like you can come from America or wherever it is you're coming from and then live like a local straight away is very, very low. You can't, like, it's impossible. You just can't do it. It's only after you've been here for several years that you might gradually integrate into the community and maybe start to live like how the locals do. But on the regular, it's not doable. So just know that Ghana is expensive. For somebody who's moving from overseas to here, it's very, very expensive. You cannot compare your lifestyle to that of a local. Okay, so another point that I want to mention to you guys that I didn't know about until I moved here is how important it is to have multiple sources of income. As I said in my previous point, Ghana is expensive, okay? Generally speaking, one income is not enough, okay? This is even more more imperative to you if you have like a salary type of job where you're working for a company or something like that. Generally speaking, the salaries here are not very high, so you would have to find a way to make an income in other ways. I think there's so much opportunity to make money in different ways as well, so you might as well take advantage. Ghana really gives you a blank slate, okay? So there's so many issues that need fixing, there's so many things that need to be attended to, so there's so much opportunity for business, so you need to make sure you're tapping into one of those. So it's a common thing. Most people have like multiple sources of income. It's very, very important. That's the best way to survive out here, and that's the best way to be able to always have more income than you need, you know what I mean? So you can make sure all your bills are catered for by one income, and then maybe your savings and your investments are catered for by another income. If you live this way, it's easier for you to do better than most people around you, if you know what I mean. And there's so many ways to do it. Aside YouTube and marketing and all the things that I do, I also have lands that I have available, and I help people sell homes and things like that as well. Yeah, if you guys are interested in any of the lands that I have for sale, I'll leave my email on the screen for you guys to contact me. The other thing that I feel like is so in your face when you move to Ghana is the massive disparity in incomes of what people make when, you know, they live out this way. You would find ministers and people in like high positions and political positions that are making maybe like 100,000 Ghana cedis per month or even more. And then you find people that are making like 600 Ghana cedis per month. You can see the massive disparity. So like, and I feel like for me, it doesn't really make me too comfortable. It happens in the West as well. I mean, there's people that will make millions of dollars per year, and then there's people that will make barely anything per month as well. But I feel like here it's more common and it's more prevalent. If you took yourself out to a restaurant or something like that, you probably pay like 1,000 cedis for a meal between you and another person, but that's like the entire income of somebody who has maybe a family of 4 even, you know? So there's a little bit of discomfort there. So I mean, I do my part to make sure I support people when I can and things like that. But at the same time, it's interesting to be aware of that massive disparity, and it's something that will become very apparent to you whenever you decide to move out this way. My next point is, as much as we love Ghana because it gives us a blank slate to create whatever it is we want, that also means that you're going to be very uncomfortable in the beginning when you move here. Uncomfortable not just in the sense of like the physical stuff, you know, where you live and the roads and those type of things. It's also in the adjustments in the people that you're dealing with, the adjustments in like adapting to working in this type of environment, adjusting to weather, adjusting to having like all sorts. This is tropical, you know, so you have all sorts of animals in random places, you know. There's these orange lizards. They're everywhere. Like if you have a place that has plants, if you've never lived in a place where those lizards are, it can be very confronting because they're everywhere. Like those type of things you have to adapt to. So like once you've been here for a while, those things like those lizards and those type of things becomes nothing because you see them all the time. But in the beginning, it's really in your face. So you will really have to be uncomfortable a lot, and you have to get used to that if you are really determined to live here. And that's why I said that it really comes down to mindset, because the amount of adapting you will have to do if you want to remain here is not a joke, okay? There's a lot of experiences that you will have that will mean you will have to adjust yourself in order to be able to remain in this new situation or whatever it is. But at the same time, it really does give you a blank slate for you to create the best life that you can for yourself, you know? I feel like you can live very, very comfortably here, but you would need a good 3, 4, 5 years to be able to create that life that really suits every single need that you have. You know what I mean? It's not something that will happen overnight. You would need to dedicate a lot of commitment, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of consciousness, a lot of awareness, a lot of like prayer and things like that to be able to really create a life that fits all your needs. But in the beginning, it can be very, very tough. So just psych your mind up and prepare yourself, because yeah, it's quite the journey, but it's also worth taking, I would say. My next point is relating to services that you can get in Ghana. Services in Ghana is super affordable. It's really, really cheap. Like, you can afford to have certain luxuries over here that you can't afford to have in the West. So things like having a cleaner, even doing your nails, doing your hair, getting your hair braided, all those type of things, really, really reasonable. And that's why I think people get confused and they think Ghana is cheap. You know, when you come on holiday, you mostly spend your time doing your hair and your nails and that type of thing. When you see how affordable those things are, you're like, oh, you know, I can live here. Believe me, it's only when it comes to services. Services are very affordable out this way, and the quality can be quite good as well. Like, you know, the quality of braids that you can get done, the quality of your nails that you can get done here, a lot of the time is way better than what you can get in most of the other countries that we come from to come here, you know. So that's something that I truly appreciate, and you can definitely take advantage of when you come here. But just know that that doesn't determine the cost of living out here. It's only one side of the cost of living. Everything else is expensive. Services affordable, and you can get really good quality, but that's about it. Everything else super, super expensive. All right, guys, so we are on to my last but not the least point. That is, if you guys have any issues that you feel like Ghana will bring an end to, don't lie to yourself, because it doesn't work that way. The same way if you were to stay in whatever country you're in, you have to figure out a way to solve that problem. That's the same way you're going to have to do, you know, the same thing if you move over here. A lot of the time when we come on holiday and, like, you know, there's this like honeymoon period where you're having a good time, you think that you can move to Ghana and everything will be perfect. Believe me, you'll be very disappointed if you come with that mentality. The only good thing is, as I said in a previous point, you have a blank slate, so you can really create a life that you want for yourself. You can create everything from scratch and make your life a way that you're comfortable with out this way, in comparison to, you know, over in the West, where a lot of things have already been done, a lot of systems are already in place, and it's hard to change things. Here you can really make your life exactly how you want it to be, but be ready to go through every single thing you need to go through in order to become that person you need to become, in order to get rid of whatever problem it is that you're dealing with. But thinking that you came on holiday, you had a good time, so now you're going to move here and everything will be perfect, is a big, big lie. You really have to create that solution that you're looking for out this way, the same way you would have had to do if you were to stay wherever it is that you're coming from. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this was informative for you guys. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was useful as usual. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to 2025. Don't forget to follow your bliss, so now life is short. Follow your bliss na nipa ye day. Follow your bliss na die besibia ye, and follow your bliss na day na mada. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. God be with you all. Bye.